Hey everybody, what's up? This is Grim City, and we're going to do something that I've never done, and that's take a close look at some shoes. And I don't review shoes mainly because I go through so many different brands, and what I look for in a shoe, and what anybody would look for in a shoe, is so subjective that it's hard to say, this is a good shoe, this is a great shoe, because everyone's feet are completely different. People skate different. People do different things, and people, like I say, people just look for different things. So kind of impossible to quantify you know, what's the best and whatnot. But anytime I get something across my desk that's interesting and skate related, and I'm able to share it with you guys, then I try to do that. And with the Supras, I think they're pretty interesting because they're some of the highest high tops out there. And I've got to give a big shout out to Dave Carney. You probably, if you're my age, then you know Dave Carney as a former editor at Big Brother magazine, you know, from the Skateboard Mag. He's got a book out called Boob, which is really great, especially if you're an old Big Brother fan like I am. Now Dave is working for Supra and Crew in their marketing, and I'd expressed some interest in some of these high shoes, and I'm going to go into that right now. Now, we'll give you a word of warning. If you are a sneakerhead or you're just an older cat, then nothing I'm really going to say is going to enlighten you or educate you in any way. But I am going to go in a little bit later as to what a vulcanized sole is versus what a cup sole is, because I've seen the question asked in forums before, but I haven't seen it really explained from a skateboarder's standpoint and perspective, and as most of you know, I like to geek out on stuff, so we're going to geek out just a little bit. Vulcanized soles, I think, are one of those things where you kind of know what it is when you see it, but maybe for a lot of people, they aren't able to express exactly what vulcanization is, or what that real difference is between the Vulc and the cup sole, besides, you know, maybe visually. Now, I'm not really reviewing the shoes so much as I'm kind of saying I'm going to be skating in these for however long it takes to really blow them out. But I wanted to show them to you again because they are a unique shoe in that they're so high. The shoes that we're going to be looking at are going to be the Chad Muska Skytops and the Terry Kennedy Society Satin Tufts. Well, the most obvious and striking thing is again, how really tall these shoes are. And to give you a comparison, I brought some more shoes with me just so you can see how high they are compared to just some other shoes. Now, going from lowest to highest, I'm going to start, these are some really old Adidas Sambas that I've had just for ages. Next to that, got some Half Cab Pros, a really common shoe. That's a mid-top. Now, these are some Duffs, probably seen them in some old footage. These are high tops with a cup sole. Now, some Adidas Campus Vulc Highs, another shoe that I really enjoyed. And now you can see the real difference here in these sky tops versus a normal high top, or even actually, let's see here, two normal high tops. And then, as we can see, compared to that, the Terry Kennedys are even higher. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of what we're looking at. I'm going to line these up in a different way so you can get a better perspective. And these are the same shoes, and we're just looking at them relatively dead on, but you can just see the taller shoes back there. But you can really see the Muskas jumping up, and you can see the TKs peeking their head out behind there. And here's another view of what we just looked at, again, just to give you a better perspective. Now, before I go into what makes each of the shoes unique, I'm going to really quickly go over a couple of things that these shoes have that are very similar. One of the things that they have in common is the sole. Of course, they are both Vulc soles, so you're going to see a slight pattern difference. You're going to see that one line going through these TKs from around the heel area, and then again around that big toe area. And then you have the Muskas, which have the same basic pattern, but they don't have that line going through. Now, another thing that both of these shoes have in common is a really generous insole. This is like a really thick foam right here on the heel, and they also have a gel insert, which is super good to have. Really, the back here feels a lot thicker than what I'm used to feeling in a lot of the Volk shoes that I've purchased. And as you can see, there's a pattern here with a little radial design here. I don't know really what the radial patterns do to help disperse concussions and shock to the feet, but either way, this is a little bit on the thinner side, as you can easily tell. But again, this is a really thick heel, and I have put the right shoe on each of these, and it has a nice, just good squishy feeling to it, which I like, as opposed to pushing down and just really feeling nothing but hard floor or hard ground. I mean, they're still around the toe area. They're thin enough so that you're going to be able to get some board feel and whatnot, but at least with the heels, it looks like they've gone out of their way to prevent heel bruising. One other thing that they both have in common is when you unbox them, you get they come with a little shoehorn in there to help retain the shape of the shoe during their travels. And in the TKs, like I mentioned, there's a cardboard sleeve right here that you can just pull out, and again, that's all to help retain the shape of the shoe for shipping and whenever they have boxes of these things stacked on top of each other. Now, one of the most obvious differences that these two shoes have is, you can see with the Muskas, they lace up all the way, and with the TKs, they lace up, and they also have these Velcro straps to really batten down the hatches there. Now, with the Muskas, it's a traditional eyelet. You can see here that it's, you know, basically holes poked here in leather, and they go up until they meet some metal eyelets. Now, you know, one thing I'll say really quick about the colorway is that I had posted these on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, whatnot, whenever they came in, and a lot of people said they look a lot like the Marty McFly shoes that he wore in Back to the Future, and I agree, but for some reason, well, actually, I know what reason why, these shoes also remind me of a bike I used to have back in the 80s, the Huffy Sigma. I like the colorway. These are Muskas. You know what, the Muskas, they're true to form, as some former Muska models have been. These do have a stash pocket in them, so you can fill it with packets and packets of ketchup. Now, the Terry Kennedy Societies take a slightly different approach when it comes to the lacing, and I'm not just speaking about the straps here that you have up towards the top of the shoe. And one thing I'm going to really mention about this particular shoe is, now, as some people might know, and if you don't, I'll just say it now, I wear ankle braces, and these are the ones I wear. And so pretty much every pair of shoes that I wear, no matter if they're mids or highs, they wind up almost being sky tops because of the brace. I need that reinforcement because of years of mistreatment of sprained ankles and broken ankles. My ankles are now garbage, and without braces, I wouldn't be able to do a lot of the stuff that I like to try to do, and like jumping down stairs and things like that. But you know, one thing I noticed is when I laced these up and I strapped them down, they really felt almost like ankle braces. They felt like an ankle brace, so they felt really nice and secure. Now, the loop thing here, the Terry Kennedy's, actually, they have a concealed loop there instead of using the traditional eyelet, and when you lace them down, that gets covered up, and so you don't have to worry about this is usually a really vulnerable area either side where your lace meets the eyelet of the shoe, and since they've covered that up, you don't really have to worry about slicing your laces right there. Now, of course, there are situations where people might snap in the middle, but for the most part, it's abrasion from doing ollies and nollies and things like that right here that tends to snap laces. Now, as I mentioned, the Chad Muskas are a combination of leather and canvas. Hopefully you can see that texture. The TKs are made of a synthetic material. It's like leather. It's a leather-y type material, but it doesn't feel like nubuck. I don't really know what to compare it to. I can't say that I've quite felt a textile like this before, but it feels solid. The upper feels very sturdy, like I mentioned before, and like I said, whenever I laced them up and then strapped them down, they were really, really secure. Now, a lot of people, I know with these, they tend to lace up to here at about the point where maybe they're a mid-top, and some people like to let these kind of flop around. I like things really tight and battened, and so I won't be doing that. I'll actually make use of the eyelets up here. And one thing people might be like, dude, you're an old fart. So, you know, these are kind of like fresh shoes. I know in the sneakerhead community, they're really big. But honestly, you know, I tend to wear more relaxed fitting clothes or slightly baggy clothes. And these drape over, when my pants or jeans drape over these things, they look pretty plain, which is a plus to me. Well, hopefully the overview has shown you what the shoes are like. If you've never handled them before, or if you've just never had the opportunity to actually see them up close. Now the shoes are true to fit. I wear a 9.5 in every shoe I can think of, and these fit completely, perfectly snug and comfortably. And now let's get into really quickly an overview of what a vulcanized sole is in terms of a skate shoe. To give you a really quick and general idea of what vulcanization is, what Vulc soles are, it comes down to the rubber. And what it is that the rubber is actually heat treated and also treated with sulfur. And what that does is it creates a type of rubber that's used more for industrial grade applications and for applications that you see every day, like your car tires or the feet of industrial ladders. They have that crazy kind of Vulc bottom to them. Now, there are shoe soles like work boots and things like that that have vulcanized rubber soles, but they're made to be at a much higher density so that they don't wear out. And for skate shoes, the vulcanization process tends to give the rubber a stickier kind of feel. That's why you get that crazy, insane good grip on there. And I think when it comes to cup soles, the closest you can find to that level of stickiness is probably if you go with the gum rubber. Now, the one giveaway when you're looking at skate shoes, especially, you'll notice this one thing in common. You see this white band. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be white, but you'll always see it's a rubber band. That's what this is. You're gonna see it here on these half cab pros. We've got another band going around there, and another one right here. And when you look at that close, you can see the texture underneath there. And that's basically because what they do with vulcanized sole shoes is they create an upper, and then they temporarily attach the sole to the shoe, usually using an adhesive, maybe some stitching, and they wrap these things up with this rubber band, and they bake these things. They bake them, and the band here literally shrink wraps right on to hold everything together in combination with the stitching and the adhesives that are used. Versus cup soles, now to properly show you the difference between vulcanized and cup soles, I figured I'll take the shoes that I have here that are of the same brand, that are of different types of soles. So as you can see, again, you have this band right here, a sticky rubber sole, on the Adidas Vulcs. Now when we go over here to the Sambas, you can see that the shoe isn't really attached the same way. In fact, you can see that the sole is actually a separate entity, and that the upper, if you tried to, you could pry the upper off of the sole or rip the sole right off of the shoe. There are pros and cons, I guess, to each type of sole. Typically, I think vulcanized soles tend to wear out a little bit quicker than cup soles, but you get the that real stickiness onto the grip tape that vulcanized shoes are really known for. And with the cup soles, they usually get away with a lot of the airbags, although I have heard some attempts of putting airbags into some Vulc soles. Haven't seen it done successfully yet, although that would be pretty interesting. Yeah, with the cup soles, usually you have a thicker shoe, might even be a weightier shoe. Typically you have a little bit less board feel, but you also typically have a lot more cushioning. Now, I'm going to supplement the video with a link that'll explain vulcanization in more detail, but that's really about it. One of these is a real chemical process, and the other one is more of a mechanical process, just in the respect as to how the soles are attached to the shoes, and actually some of the characteristics of the rubber on the soles themselves. So that's pretty much that. Well, that's a really quick look at the TK Societies and the Chad Muska Skytops. I'm going to be skating in them for a while, and as far as a critique, that'll come a lot later after I've really skated in these things. But they feel solid. I mean, you can actually feel that they've got some really good craftsmanship done to them, and this is going to be interesting material to test out. And honestly, I'm really hyped on these things. I like the way they look, and you know, one thing that's kind of cool about, you know, these shoes is, no matter what you're into, if you go out to the club or you do something like that, you can wear these. And if you like something that's a little bit more low profile, you know, like I said and like I showed you can just throw the cuffs of your pants right over these, and these are a really plain but solid looking shoe with of course a ton of colorways that you can find on the Super website. Yeah, so. And again, I want to give a big thank you out to Dave Carney, and thank you very much for letting me check out these shoes, and thank you for letting me kind of show them off to people that may either have not seen them or maybe not looked at them in the detail that we had a chance to do just now. Talk to you soon. I have no idea what video is coming up next, but I will say that Johnny Romano is coming up. The Johnny Romano Make-A-Wish skate jam that we filmed last year. And there's going to be some info about that, and I don't know, go skate, don't look at me.
Stop.